Hello, welcome back to another Cornish surf campers video. Today we're going to be fitting a Fiamma F45s wind-out awning onto this long wheelbase Renault Trafic. First thing to do though, take the bodywork. The wind-out F45s fits onto the Renault Trafic with a standard height roof, using a specific kit, and in that kit are these brackets. You'll see they're curved to match the curvature of the roof. Again, these use riv nuts, so we're going to have to drill into the body of the van and put riv nuts in, but also this will be bonded on with Sikaflex too. Then the awning itself fits into this part of the bracket. The brackets fit there like that, and like this. There are measurements in the actual instructions that come with, but they seem to have forgotten to put actual measurements on there. Never mind. We'll figure it out. What you have to be careful of when fitting the awning onto a Renault Trafic is that the awning itself cannot come any further forward than this mark here. Because it's going to sit about here, this door curves up, and if it sits any further forward, you won't be able to open the door because the awning will be in the way. So the brackets have to fit a bit further back. Now the problem is with the instructions is there's no specific distance that they put here. Now whether it's a printing mistake, they only show the distance between these riv nuts on each bracket, which is where the awning itself bolts through onto the bracket. They don't show the distance where the bracket sits on the van, so I'm going to have to work that out. So I opened up the awning to have a look inside, see where is the nearest clear space that we can get the bolt hole through for this, because it's no good putting this here, because directly behind here is the hinge work for the arm that supports the awning. Now the bracket has to fit behind that hinge work, but also has to allow access for this bolt. So that's the point of the hinge. So I'm good on this side, no good that side. So it wants to be about there. So now I've got to measure the distance from here to here, mark that distance on the van, probably give myself another centimetre, and then I can put this on the van, mark it and drill it. Now the front bracket is loosely fitted with the riv nuts in the body and this loosely bolted down. We know that's exactly where it's going to go. So now I can take this point here and measure to the back so that I can use the measurement that is included in the instructions to get the rear bracket at the correct point. But before I drill it, I'm definitely going to double check it against the actual awning, which is there. You can't see it, it's off the camera. See that? That is caused by bloody Fiamma instructions. Doing this all the time, trying to figure it out. Now I'm happy with the position of this bracket, which is a bit further back than it actually says in the instructions. I'll explain why in a moment. I can drill the holes, same as I did at the front, and put the rib nuts in there. The reason I've done it a little bit further back, I shall show you. As I mentioned earlier, inside the awning there are two hinge points with arms that come out and support the actual awning itself. There's a piece there that says support because that is directly behind the awning hinge and the piece that's going to be under a lot of tension when the awning is all the way out. So this bracket really needs to be as far over there as we can. Now, I want that to be about there. And when I first put this bracket onto the van with the measurements that it says in the instructions of 2106, which I put there, this bracket was actually sitting more like there, and I want a little bit more to go under where it says support. I've got plenty of room to go back on the van, so there's no reason why not. Now I've got the brackets fixed in just with their bolts. They're going to be bonded as well, which is why I was putting on the black bonding primer. But now they're just bolted in, I can put the awning on just to check that I'm absolutely happy with the final location before I do bond them on. So let's do that. Oh, I'm happy with it now because it'd be awkward if it wasn't. Plenty of clearance for the door. I'll demonstrate. Let's do it. Let's do it properly. I'll demonstrate. Tape off. Yeah, plenty of clearance for the door. Just looking under here, I can see that the nut, which is going to have the bolt go through here, is well within the zone that I put marked on the tape here. And well within the zone that I've put marked on the tape here, and also the actual hinge points are getting supported as they need to be. Good, right, I'll bond them on. Now they're fixed down, it's time to put the awning onto the brackets and mark where we need to drill a hole in the back of the awning for the securing bolt to go. On the instructions it shows you to use a pencil and mark through the bolt hole. They're the captive nut, riv nut. You can get a pencil in there. I don't know how on earth you're meant to do that. So, instead I've marked the centre line down here and the same on the front. And then I'm going to put the awning on, mark onto the awning where it goes, measure up and then drill the holes. With the holes now drilled in the right place in the awning to meet up with the riv nuts and the brackets, put the awning back on and make sure that it is sat properly down on the bracket here. There's a little lip in there which tucks up and in. Make sure it's sat properly down because now we're going to wind the awning out, but of course there's no bolt in it. Well, that's fine. All the bolt is there to do is to stop it from bouncing off, but you need to make sure it's properly sat down, otherwise when you wind it out, it may fall off. That's it, one awning fitted, job done. It's best to leave about 24 hours before using it because you've got to let the bonding really set, and after that it's good to go. If you've enjoyed this video and found it useful, please like and subscribe and feel free to share it. Any comments below on what you'd like to see on the next van?